Lakshmi is a poor village farmer in Uttar Pradesh who has only 2 hectares of unirrigated land. Her family grows dry crops like jowar and pulses and lives a hand-to-mouth life. 5 members of Lakshmi's family work in the plot throughout the year because they do not have any other option to earn their livelihood. One bright evening, landlord Sukram comes to their house and hires 2 members of Lakshmi's family to work on his land. They are happy to earn some extra amount from the landlord. Now, only 3 members of Lakshmi's family work on their own plot. But it is interesting to see that only the 3 people produce the same amount of crop as they produced earlier. What do you infer from the example? In the first scenario, everyone is working, but in actual fact, their labor effort gets divided. Everyone is working, but no one is fully employed. Secondly, since they do not need 5 people to look after the small plot, 2 people moving out does not affect the production. There are lakhs of farmers like Lakshmi's family in India. Even if lots of people are removed from agricultural sector, the agricultural production will not suffer. In other words, people in agricultural sector is underemployed. This kind of underemployment is hidden in contrast to someone who does not have a job. Actually, they are unemployed. That's why this is also called as disguised unemployment. Now I understand why the contribution of primary sector to GDP is less compared to the people engaged in it. India's per capita availability of agricultural land is just 0.3 hectare per farmer in 2009. It is much lower compared to the developed world, which is over 11 hectares per person. If we could move a lot of people from agriculture and provide them with proper work elsewhere, the situation of disguised unemployment would have reduced considerably in the primary sector. Do you think these people manage to get work every day? These are some people in service sector who need to search for daily employment. Many of them do not find work every day. Let us look at some other activity very common in urban areas. These are the people who need to spend the whole day working but earn very little. They are engaged in these works because they do not have any better opportunities. Thus, there are people who are underemployed in service sector too. Let us look at another scenario. Raimi has completed her graduation last year. As her father is not well, she is not able to study further. She is looking for a job for the last 6 months, but unable to get one. What do you infer from the example? Raimi is looking for a paying job but not having one. Such situations are called as unemployment. Thus, unemployment is a state when an individual is looking for a paying job but not having one. It does not include full-time students, the retired, children, or those not actively looking for a paying job. What difference do you see in unemployment and disguised unemployment? In case of disguised unemployment, people are engaged with some work but they are not fully employed and their ultimate workforce is 0. But in case of unemployment, people are not really having a work. A survey done by the Labour Bureau of the Government of India says that presently about 40 million unemployed people are there in India, which accounts to 9.4% of the total workforce. How do you think we create more employment in agriculture? Let us look again at Lakshmi's 2 hectares of unirrigated land. Suppose the government constructs a canal which irrigates Lakshmi's plot too. Now, Lakshmi's plot is irrigated and she can grow some vegetables even in the dry season. She even gets a loan from the government to buy seeds, fertilizer, agricultural equipment. She has more work on her own plot. She and her 2 sons are unable to complete the works that include plowing, sowing, planting, watering, fertilizer application, etc. Now, other 2 members who worked for the landlord can be employed only for cultivating various vegetables for at least 50 days. Due to irrigation, Lakshmi and other farmers in the village produce more than earlier. They are able to sell more of the product. It is needed to transport their product to a nearby town. Government invests some more money and constructs the village road, a storehouse, too, in the village. What do you observe in the example? Modernization of agriculture can change the primary sector. Some steps taken by government can create a lot of employment opportunities, not in the primary sector, but also agriculture-related activities in the service and industrial sector. How do we get these products? These are processed in the respective agro-based industries before we purchase them for use. Thus, setting up a rice mill, dal mill, wheat mill or turmeric mill near the areas where they are grown can provide employment to a large number of unemployed people. Can you name some other agro-based industries? Oil processing, jaggery making, honey collection, vegetable processing, etc. are some other activities that provide employment opportunities to a large number of people. They help even reducing the underemployment problem in the primary sector. Craft industry is one of the promising sectors which can provide employment to a large number of people. Moreover, craft items are considered as luxury in every part of the world in modern days. Can you name some of such industries from various parts of our country? Carpet industry, Navalgund in Karnataka and Salem in Tamil Nadu. Woodwork and card craft in the northeastern region. Grass craft cane products of Assam. Jewelry or metalware, traditional jewelries of various parts of India. Pottery or terracotta, ceramic pots of Rajasthan, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat. Glazed pottery of Karigari in Tamil Nadu. Textile in West Bengal, Kerala, Gujarat and Maharashtra. There are 200 million children in India in the school-going age group. Out of these 200 million children, only 2/3 of them are attending school. The rest 1/3 are similar to Reshma and Ruku, who spend their childhood as laborers. This is a great hindrance to human resource development in India. How do you think we can make these 1/3 children going to school? Suppose the government provides a job to Reshma and Ruku's father in the food processing industry. Also opens a government school nearby where these deprived children get free education, uniform, books and shoes. An estimate by Planning Commission reveals that if rest 1/3 of the children start going to school, nearly 20 lakhs more job can be created only in the education sector. Moreover, the rural areas of our country still needs many more doctors, nurses, health workers, etc. that may help in improvement of the health situation. This can create employment for a large number of people. Tourism is one of the largest services in India. It contributes 6.23% to the national GDP and 8.78% to the total employment in India. India witnesses more than 5 million annual foreign tourist arrivals and 562 million domestic tourism visits in various tourist places. According to the Planning Commission of India, every year 35 lakh additional people can be employed in the tourism sector. Establishment of appropriate infrastructure to improve these sectors can create a lot of employment opportunities in India. Thus, the ways for creating employment in our country can be summarized as modernization in agriculture, financial support to agricultural sector, development of industries, agro-based, regional craft, enhancement of service sector, advancement of education and health sector, development of tourism, short-term steps taken by the Government of India like implementation of right to work. Some of the short-term quick measures taken by the Government of India to generate employment opportunities are Support to Training and Employment Program for Women, 1886, Jawahar Rozgar Yojana, 1989, Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana, 1993, Employment Assurance Scheme, 1993, Rural Employment Generation Program, 1995, Training of Rural Youth for Self-Employment, 1999. Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana, 1999. Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana, 2001. Food for Work Program, 2000-2001. National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, 2005. Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, 2008. Central Government of India implemented the right to work in 200 backward districts of India. This is also called as National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, NREGA. Under this act, government guaranteed 100 days of employment in a year to those who are able to and in need of work. If the government fails in providing employment, it will give unemployment allowances to the people. The type of work which would help to increase production from land in future will be given preference in the act. Why do you think NREGA 2005 is referred to as right to work? The NREGA differs from most of the poverty mitigation schemes on the ground of recognizing employment as a legal right. This is the only act that provides guaranteed employment for the people able to work. Inclusion of the rural poor in the banking system, regeneration of community assets, and gender equality by employment to women are some of the important features of NREGA.